All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises to Yahawa by Hashem Yahawashi. Yahawa being the true and proper name in the Hebrew, who the world calls God, and Yahawashi being the true and proper name in the Hebrew, who the world calls Jesus Christ. I want to say double honors to elders and apostles of great millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, doing this word in truth and sincerity, man. This video is gonna go into how great the Lord is, man. And with us having the power like we have, man, we actually have to consider these things, man. You got to consider these things. And the days coming that are coming fast, man. The time of Jacob's trouble is coming. The hour of temptation is coming. A great war, famine, pestilence, strife, sedition among men, invading one another. These things are coming now, man. So we literally have to, like the scriptures say, consider the generations of old. Did any ever trust in the Most High and was confounded, man? And you have to really realize why no one was confounded, man, because the Lord is just so great, man. He said that's why it says we have the only living power. If you go to the story of Bel and the dragon, man, they brought out a bunch of shit to an altar and to an idol, and they left that shit there overnight. I believe it was Daniel at the time. He spread a bunch of flour on the ground, so that so they left the sacrifice there for that idol, and when those people came that worshiped those idols, the ones that were holding it up, they had a trap door in there and walked away with all the goods because their gods were not able to take up that, but our God is, man. The God of the Israelites, which are the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. You're the true people of the Lord, man, despite whatever the world says, man. But let's go get into some of these precepts, man. This is Psalms 86, and I'll start at 8. Among the gods there is none like unto thee, O Yahawa. Neither are there any works like unto thy works, man. Because the Lord is great, man. There's no other God made for in the world, man. No other God foretold all the things that be happening in the latter days, man. No other God split the Red Sea, man. Verse 9, it says, all nations whom thou hast made shall come and worship before thee, O Yahawa, and shall glorify thy name. Verse 10, for thou art great and doest wondrous things. Thou art a power alone, man. I'm gonna look up that word wondrous in the blue letter, man. See, let me get this real quick, man. Yeah, man, because we have an amazing power, man. We have an amazing power. The fact that he does all these wonderful things, man. In the fact that the Most High set up the bases of men over the chosen seed, the ones that actually have the ability to rule the world. He set up the basis of men. That's a wondrous thing, man, because that shit's beyond comprehension. How the so-called devil, the so-called white man, which he's a devil because he's a deceiver. He lied on everything in the scriptures, lied on the history of the Bible, who the true Israelites are, covered up his wickedness so much, diluted the truth in these schools so people think that he's the end-all be-all of righteousness and that his wicked acts aren't as bad as they really are. That's what a devil would do, man. But it's that word wondrous. It says pala'ah. It says to be marvelous, be wonderful, be surprising, be surpassing, Salakia, be extraordinary, separate by distinguishing actions. It says to be beyond one's power, be difficult to do, to be difficult to understand, to be wonderful, be extraordinary, marvelous, to separate, to extraordinary or hard or difficult thing, to make wonderful, do wondrously, to show oneself wonderful or marvelously. Man. This is what the Lord does, man. It says in verse 10 again, Psalms 86 and 10, it says, for thou art great and doest wondrous things. Thou art the Most High alone, man. There's no other God with the Lord, man. This is Psalm 72 and 18. Blessed be Yahawa power, the power of Israel. See, he's a God for Israel. He said his praise will he not give it to another, man. So all this, including every nation, every people to this thing. No, the Lord was always only about his people. In Matthew, the first chapter, it tells you who sins, who the world calls Jesus Christ. It tells you whose sin he came to bring remission for, man. Blessed be Yahawa power, the power of Israel, who only doeth wondrous things, man. The Lord, the Lord only does wondrous things. Look how he framed nature, man, in general, man. It's just crazy, man. The human body in general, that shit is just beyond comprehension, man. It says, forget where the scripture is, but it talks about we would never be able to declare all of his wondrous works, man. This is Job 37, started 14. Hearken unto this, O Jacob. Hearken unto this, O Job. Stand still and consider the wondrous works of Yahawa. The wondrous works, man. Raising his son from the dead like he did, man, that's a wondrous work. The fact that the children of Israel are beat down right now, man, that's a wondrous work, man. The mightiest people on the earth somehow got taken down by the weakest nation, man. And that's all through the power of the Lord, man. You know, and I got this account. I want to get into this, man, because this is account of one of the Lord's wondrous works, man. This is one of my favorite, testimonies in the scriptures. Let me get this. I'll start at verse 18. It says, 1 Kings 18 and 18. It says, and he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but thou and thy father's house, and that ye have forsaken the commandments of Yahawa, and thou hast followed Balaam. And if you read in this chapter, man, Jezebel put out a hit on all the prophets of the Lord, and Elijah had to hide them by 50s in a cave, man, and feed them with bread and water, man. And she had her own wicked prophets, man. But let's keep reading in the scriptures, man. It says, verse 19, now therefore sin and gather to me all Israel unto Mount Carmel, and the prophets of Baal 450, and the prophets of the groves 400, which eat at Jezebel's table. And so Ahab sent unto all the children of Israel, and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, how long halt ye between two opinions? Between two gods, man. It says, if Yahawa be power, follow him, but if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word, man, because Israel was always wishy-washy, man. They always a stiff-necked people, man. The Lord's the power alone, man. Let's keep going on this. Then said Elijah, verse 22, then said Elijah unto the people, even I alone, remain a prophet of Yahawa, but Baal's prophets are 450 men. Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves, and cut it in pieces, and lay it on the wood, and put no fire under, and I will dress the other bullock and lay it on the wood, and put no fire under. So he's telling them to build an altar, man. This is going to be a test of truth and might. Because the Lord deals in power, man. The Lord is power. These are the things you have to be cognizant of, man. The Lord's great and mighty works, man. Verse 24, and call ye on the name of your gods, and I will call on the name of Yahawa, and Yahawa that answer in the power that answereth by fire, let him be the Most High. And all the people answered and said, it is well spoken, man. Because Israel, stiff-necked people looking for a sign, man. Now this thing's based off of faith. You have these scriptures, man. That's why I said the things that were written before time were written for our learning, man. So we can get this. It says, verse 25, and Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, choose one of the bullocks for yourselves and dress it first, for ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from the morning until evening, from the morning even until noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, nor any that answered, and they leaped upon the altar which was made, man. So they were freaking out, man. Their gods had no answers for them, man. And this is going to happen again, man. Because the Lord's going to tell these people, and these days are coming to pass, man, that are about to come, for all those ones that didn't want to get with the truth while they had a chance, while they had liberty. Call upon your gods, man. See if they're going to save you. Verse 27, and it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, cry aloud, for he is a God. For he is a God, either he is taking, either is it slot. I'm going to start it over. Verse 27 again. It says, and it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, cry aloud, for he is a God, either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or is he at journey, or peradventure he sleepeth, and must be awaked. So he was telling them, hey, where the fuck is your man at, man? Where's your God? Where's your power, man? See, Israel, we have the living power, man. That's a big thing, man. Our Lord works, man. He moves, man. And these other gods, these other nations' gods, man, they have no life in them, man. That's why the scriptures talk about you hewed you out broken cisterns that can hold no water, man. Because all these other philosophies got holes in them, man. There's nothing good about them. There's no truth in them, man. Verse 28. And they cried aloud and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lance till the blood gushed out upon them, man. So they thought they're many shits. The Lord said you're not supposed to cut yourself, make marks in your flesh, man. And they did all those things, and look, their God still didn't answer. And it came to pass when midday was past that they prophesied unto the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice nor any to answer, nor any that regarded. And Elijah said unto all the people, come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him, and he repaired the altar of Yahawa that was broken down. And Elijah took 12 stones, according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob, unto whom the word of Yahawa came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. It says, and with the stones he built an altar in the name of Yahawa. See, and that's what we're doing now, man. We're building. Where's those spiritual stones now, man? It started off with the apostles, and they started building those altars, man. They gathered the stones and started building those altars, and now there's altars to the Lord throughout the globe right now, man. And those camps, those are those altars. And it says, verse 32, and with the stones he built an altar in the name of Yahawa, and he made a trench about the altar as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. And he put the wood in order, and he put the wood in order, and cut the bullock in pieces, and laid him on the wood, and said, fill 4 barrels of water, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. And it said, so he said, fill 4 barrels of water, man. If you think about it, man, think about those cartoons and shit where they have the huge beer barrels. If you ever been in like a brewery, they'll have those huge wood barrels, man. He said, fill 4 of those with water, man. And it says, And the water, it says in verse 33, and he put the wood in order and cut the bullocks in pieces and laid him on the wood and said, fill 4 barrels of water and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. And he said, do it a second time. And he said, and they did it a second time, and he said, do it a third time. So that's 12 buckets of water, man. And they did it a third time. That's 12 buckets of 12 barrels of water they put on the altar, man. And the water ran out about the altar, and he filled the trench also with water. See, there was a trench around it as well, man. And it was filled with water. It's like a little moat around it. It says, verse 36, and it came to pass at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice that Elijah the prophet came near and said, Yahawa, power of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel, let it be known this day that thou art a power in Israel, and that I am thy servant, and that I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O Yahawa, hear me, that this people may know that thou art Yahawa power, and that thou hast turned their heart back again. And then the fire of Yahawa fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces and said, Yahawa, he is the Most High. Yahawa, he is the Most High, man. All of his works are wondrous, man. That's crazy, man. The Lord had dug a ditch, man. You have to realize that the might that's shown, man. It said the fire consumed the stones, man. The altar, the sacrifice, the wood, it consumed all that. The dust in the ground, the water, it consumed all that shit, man. After 12 barrels of water were thrown on it, man. This is the power of the Lord, man. And he has greater things that he's done than that, man. I'm going to finish this out, man, because this is one of my favorite chapters. Verse 40. Verse 40. And Elijah said unto them, take the prophets of Baal, let not one of them escape. And they took them, and Elijah brought them down to the brook of Kishon, and slew them there. And Elijah said unto Ahab, get thee up, eat and drink, and there is a sound of abundance of rain. So Ahab went up and ate to drink, and Elijah went up to the top of Carmel, and he cast him down upon the earth, and put his face between his knees. And he said to his servant, go up now toward the sea. And he went up and looked and said, there's nothing. And he said, go again 7 times, man. So there's a lot more on this. That's where I'm gonna stop at, man. But yeah, that's that's the great and wondrous works of the Lord, man. Brothers have to realize and trust in that power. It said, blessed is he whose trust is the Most High, man. It's Yahawashi, man. We have to have faith in these names, man. With that being said, I want to say double honors to elders and apostles of great millstone, peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, and call halal Yahawashi, Kwam Yasharala, man.